Good. Good? All right, I'll start over. All right, now it's 9:02, so we're for sure getting started. But I'm super excited to be doing this Zoom with everybody tonight. My name is Dana Champion, and I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I am one of the diamonds on Team Walmer. So tonight I'm just coming to you guys. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my story and kind of what I'm doing right now and what my business looks like, and maybe you'll be able to relate to that. I'm also going to talk about mini boot camp that we attended yesterday and just kind of a few tips and tricks and ahas that I got from that. And then we'll wrap up with some save the date information. So please, as always, feel free to go ahead and hop in the chat with questions or comments and those types of things, and we'll get going. So like I said, my name's Dana. I'm a diamond. I've been in the business for 2 years, and it's actually going to be 2 years at the end of this month, I believe. I need to kind of double check my date there, but and I cannot believe I've been on this journey for 2 years already, because it seems like it was just yesterday that I texted my friend Melissa about trying some products, and she invited me to an event after I had been a customer for a little while. And I was like, heck no, I'm not going to that because I'm just going to sign up. So I'm not going. So I literally told her no like multiple times. And she invited me again to this event, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go. And I ended up going to happy hour with my sister, and I was like, well, maybe I won't go to this party thing because I'm just gonna like not go. Or if I go, I'm just gonna like buy stuff, and I don't need to do that. So we're sitting down at happy hour, and I'm telling my sister, like, oh yeah, I got invited to this thing, and I'm telling her about it, and the bartender was like, are you guys talking about It Works? And I said, yeah, I am. My friend invited me to a party tonight. And she was like, oh, well, I just earned a huge bonus and was able to quit my job, and I'm just working part-time as a bartender. I was like, Melissa, is the party still going? Can I still come? I think I need to hear about this. So I showed up that night and got to hear all about It Works from Mike Walmer and Cami Pentecost, who I had no idea who she was. And I just thought, like, I think I can do this. So I said, how do I sign up? And I signed up, and then I went on vacation. So it was kind of a whirlwind of a start, but I'm so happy to be where I am today. So a little bit else about me besides doing It Works. I am a teacher, and I'm a special ed teacher in Grand Rapids. And I work with elementary age kids, and I've been doing that for 6 years now. So as some of you may know, teachers don't really make that much money. You get out of college and you're excited, and then you realize you can't even like afford to pay for rent anywhere. So I currently am living at home with my parents, and I'm looking at apartments. I'm going to be moving out in the next couple months here, so I'm really excited for that. But I found It Works also because I needed extra income. I had debt from some mistakes I made with some credit cards, from student loans. The list goes on. And I just thought, extra money could really help me with that and could help me achieve my goals. So that's one reason why I joined. And then also because I love being around other like-minded people and people who are Christians and women who lift each other up and who really support each other. And through this journey, I found that that's so important and really is something I can lean on, maybe when I'm struggling or feeling down, but I can also be there for other people too. And there's nothing like this family. So maybe you're somebody that just got in the business and you haven't quite developed those friendships yet. Keep talking to your team and keep working with your upline, and talk to people who aren't on your team, because you'll make connections with people and those will be friends for life. And I'm so thankful that I've been able to find some amazing friends that I cannot believe we've only been friends for 2 years. Like, where have you been all my life? So that's just a little bit about me. And I want to tell you guys my story about going diamond. So once I got in the company, I just kind of like got plugging away. And I remember I got 4 customers and I was like, Mel, did I get a $500 bonus? She's like, no, we have to get some teammates first. So then we started plugging away on that. And you guys, I was terrified about messaging people. So first I word vomited and just was like, blah, join my team, and like posting on Facebook, all this crazy stuff, and thought I was doing everything right. And doing something is better than nothing. However, I learned a lot, and I just had to get over it because I realized that my goals for going debt free and my goals for doing things to empower me and put my life on the right direction was more important than just being afraid to message somebody. And I think about, if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I have to keep reminding myself that, because sometimes it does get hard and it is kind of scary. And when you kind of fall off of the wagon and stop doing it for a little bit, it can be hard to get back on track. But you have to remember those successes. And how many times do we go like to Target or to a store and you walk by something and then you're like, oh, my friend told me about this, I'm gonna go buy this brand of dry shampoo or stuff like that. Like, we're just sharing things we love with other people. I'm sharing the products I love, but I'm also sharing the business I love, and I love it for specific reasons, like I told you guys. So really, you need to think about, like, why did you say yes to this and why do you love it? And then that's just the story you need to share with people, and not look at it as something you need to get them to do. So when I went diamond last year, I earned a $10,000 bonus, and it was so exciting. I remember, like, for the week leading up to it, I was working every single night on my business. Like, and you guys, I went diamond and I literally went on vacation the next day because it was spring break and I had so much stuff to do, and I had to like pack and work on like wrapping up school, and all the while I'm working on this insane promotion. So you just need to be intentional with your time, and ask your leaders to help you, whether you're trying to promote to executive or you're trying to promote to double diamond or presidential diamond or ambassador diamond. You have to be intentional with your time. Also, I just kind of want to share that when I was going through this journey of going diamond, March of last year, on my chart, I had somebody that was a ruby that I was planning on that literally quit 2 days before I went diamond, and I thought my world fell apart. I was like, no, this can't be happening. I can't believe this person is doing this. I was just kind of devastated by it, and freaking out about it too, because here I'm like so excited about this promotion, and then this person that I thought was such a huge thing, like, see ya, and she actually left to join another company. So that was even harder. But what it really taught me was, one, that God has a plan, and that sometimes things are not in our control. And you have to trust in that. And I trusted in my team, and just like said, okay, like, let's figure this out. And it all came together within the last like couple days, and somebody else on my team promoted, and that's Jenny, and she's amazing and still like such a key person in my business. And her and I have built a great friendship and have got to experience a lot of this journey together. And I think if that wouldn't have happened with that other person, I wouldn't have been able to even experience that with Jenny. So I'm so thankful. And I know Ashley said here, like, OMG, I forgot that happened. Honestly, I did too until today. I was thinking like, oh yeah, I want to talk about what it was like going diamond. And I'm like thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, my whole world fell apart. And so these things also that seem like such huge deals, like, you can get past it. And yeah, it was just kind of a good like life lesson there. And then just the other really big thing with that, which kind of leads into what I'm doing now, and a lot I've learned over the past year or two, is you really have to be intentional with your time. So the first thing you need to do is get clear on your goals and really decide what is your goal. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a rank or a promotion, but your goal could be to help a certain number of teammates, or your goal could be a certain income goal, or to sign a certain number of customers. But you need to get clear on your goals and really think about why that's your goal. So for me, my goal is to be debt free, and to become a millionaire. Whether I do that through It Works or just with my life journey, but that's my goal. And so what are the things I'm going to do to help me get there? So yes, that is a huge, massive goal. So now if I break it down small, I can say like, my goal is to go double diamond and to promote and to be able to help my team. So get really clear on your goals and talk to people about it. Share it on Facebook. Get loud about your goals, and let people know what you're doing and let them know why. So I know that that's something I still need to do more of. And I'm not posting about it every single day, but you need to be posting at least, once or twice a week about what are your goals or why are you doing things. And that's all part of your story. So rather than just saying, join my team or buy my products, letting people know like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm a part of, and this is why I'm doing it. And then people are going to be drawn into your story. Hold on. Oh yeah. So then you also want to talk to your team about their goals. So now your team, maybe you're sitting here and you're a brand new distributor. Your team are your loyal customers. So you need to be talking to your loyal customers about their goals. Don't just sign a customer and say, see you later. Figure out an organizational system for yourself, whether it's a planner, using your phone. There's lots of different tips and tricks out there. And if you need any ideas, let me know. I like organization. But you need to be talking to people about their goals. So what are their health goals? And then once you do that, you might find out more about them, and then you can build that relationship, and it could turn into a customer for life or somebody who is going to join your team. Then once you do have team members, you're talking to your team about what their goals are, because you have to be invested in that and put value into the people on your team, so that you can help support them and not just make it about you and your goals. And that's something I've learned a lot about through my journey with It Works and through just building on my leadership skills. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there as a good reminder, especially as we're halfway through the month right now. You don't want to be reaching out to people on your team on March 29 and saying, hey, what's your goal this month? Or, hey, I'm trying to do this, please help me. If you're building that relationship with them all along the way, it's going to be so much easier to set that goal and to make that goal happen. So a few other things I'm doing right now that I just kind of wanted to share with everybody was I'm doing the host to post. So I know last week the amazing Kristen Jonchi was on with Ashley, and they talked all about host to post. So if you need more information, go back to the Zoom from last week. We have it posted on the team page, and there's some great tips in there. But you guys, it's working. Like, when you hear it, you're like, oh, that's so simple, but it's working. I've signed 2 customers this week, and I am working on following up with some others. I just got some more messages in my inbox here from people that want more information. And it's so fun and exciting to see it happening, because it's easy to just get out of your routine and out of the everything. And I even said to Ashley, I put my business down this fall. Things got busy. I got a new job. I could give you every excuse in the book as to why I did it, but I'm so happy that I'm back to where I'm at, and host to post is really helping so much. And it's given me confidence too, because it's not as scary to scroll through your Facebook list and message people and ask them to be product models. Here you're building your network and having other people say they want information. So it's an easier way to get connected. So if you're not doing it, you need to do it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, find me on Facebook, send me a message, ask your upline, ask Ashley, go watch the Zoom, Google it. It's awesome. The other thing I wanted to share was being a teacher. I am at work from 7:15 in the morning until like 4-ish at night, and my school's in the middle of nowhere surrounded by cornfields, and I don't get cell phone service, so I can't work my business while I'm at work. I know some people, depending on their job and their flexibility, they're able to do stuff like on lunch breaks and breaks, or, in between customers, or whatever that might look like. And that's just not a reality for me right now. So I had to figure out, how am I still going to reach my goal of double diamond, which is really a big goal, with this busy schedule. And, I have a social life, and I'm involved in some church stuff, and just, I have a pretty busy schedule, but I can't let that be an excuse for me, because I've let it be an excuse before and it didn't really get me anywhere. Um, After going to conference, I really just felt like, okay, like I need to get back doing this. And what am I going to do to make that happen? So one thing I highly recommend is called a 6 list. So really writing down, what are those things, and it can be 6 items, or it can be a 3 list, or it can be a 4 list, or whatever you want it to be. But what are those items that you're going to do every day that's going to build your business? So for me, that's personal development. I listen to podcasts, I listen to church sermons, I listen to audiobooks. I do a lot of that in the car, because that's some time that I have that I feel like I can't do anything else but listen. So I'm going to utilize that time to help me grow my business and help me grow as a person. Other things on the 6 list include posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, posting on Insta stories. That's something that's really important to me. Reaching out to people, following up with people, messaging about host to post is something that I'm doing right now. So just make sure you have your items that are kind of like your to-do list. Write them down. Don't just say, I'm going to do this. Write it down so that you can check it off. I think that's just a huge piece to feel productive. And then for you to have a plan in action. And if you have a day that's super busy, like pick some smaller things that you can feel successful with. So doing 10 minutes of listening to a podcast, make 1 post, and message 3 people. Like that takes you 20 minutes. You can do that in a day, even if you're super crazy busy. And by doing that and continuing, you're pushing forward, because it's really easy when you don't do something for like a week, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I should really do that. And you're like, or I'm just going to keep watching Netflix. I've definitely been in that rut before. And if you keep doing things, and I always relate it back to like going to the gym. If you go to the gym every day, or you work out every day, like you feel motivated and you feel excited, and you're like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm working towards my goal. But the second you stop, like you go find a pizza and you eat it, and you don't go to the gym for 3 more months. So just keep pushing forward, even if it's little tiny things. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to chat about was the mini boot camp that a group of us went to in Grand Rapids. It was this past Sunday. I like, Michelle, what you just said in the chat there. That was a good tip, setting an alarm on the phone. So you have no choice but to stop what you're doing, get your list done for the day. I think that's a great idea. I've even heard somebody say they set an alarm at the top of the hour, like throughout the day, for somebody who maybe has a more flexible work schedule. And then like that's their reminder to send some messages. So that's a really good idea. I love that. So we had mini boot camp this weekend. It was on Sunday in Grand Rapids, hosted by some local leaders, and it was awesome. I love getting to events. I love being surrounded by it. It's so cool to stop and look around and see all of the people that are doing this business and are in it, and it's just so inspiring to me. And it really reminds me the importance to okay, sorry, I was just muting. I heard some noise. It reminds me of the importance of getting to events. Again, it's easy to kind of stay in your little hermit crab space and not want to get out and do it, or think like, oh, if I go to this event, then I can't spend time messaging. But it's so great to hear from different leaders and to get different tips and tricks and to be surrounded by it. And it really fills you up. So if you haven't been to any sort of like It Works event, you can go on a corporate calendar to find what's around. I will talk at the end about some other events that are happening, but it's life-changing. And I'm not going to go into the story, but Amber Parker told me to never miss an event. And because she has said that, even though I tried to not go to conference, I still found myself in Tampa, Florida this year. And I got to the event. And it really is life-changing. Okay, so mini boot camp was awesome. And a few takeaways and tips I wanted to share with you guys. The first thing, which kind of goes along with what I said earlier, was to be bold. Shout out your goals and make sure everybody knows it. And I believe Cami is the one that talked about that. Go on Facebook, use hashtag because of it works. Maybe you haven't earned a huge bonus, but maybe you got a paycheck and you were able to pay for some gas or go get your nails done or make an extra payment on your credit card. Share that with people. Tell your friends about it. Post about it. Do that consistently and let people know what you're doing. So be bold about it. And that was a really good reminder for me as well. Another tip we got was somebody who was talking about posting about products or messaging people about products. She said, features tell, but benefits sell. So, and really what she meant by that was it's really easy to post a picture of hair, skin, and nails and say, it has this many vitamins, and this is what the vitamin does, and this is the percentage of whatever in it, and kind of list these facts. But people kind of can easily scroll past that because that seems more like an ad. So she said benefits sell. So talking about how was that product a benefit to you or to the person you know. So saying, here's all these great things about this product, but the reason why I love it is because I noticed my nails are getting stronger. I don't have hangnails. They weren't breaking as much. So trying to share those benefits that are more personal, and not just kind of listing facts out. And again, putting value on it by connecting it to a story. So that was a great tip and trick from the boot camp. Another thing was asking questions to start conversations that could reveal other products a person might need. So especially, I think this is so important with the host to post, and I know Kristen mentioned this on the Zoom last week. But as you're posting and then talking and following up with somebody about the cleanse, rather than just saying, hey, here is all the info about the cleanse, do you want to try that? Using whatever verbiage you're using, asking them and saying, I would love to help you and give you some more information. Are you looking for weight loss or detox? But you're asking a question that's going to kind of leave the door more open, where you can further that conversation and find out what goals a person might have. Also, I think not only for products, but if you're starting to talk about all of that stuff and build a connection with somebody, you're opening that door to talk to them about the business as well. So just trying to be mindful of that as you talk to people. And then one other takeaway or tip I got was Joel and Stephanie kind of went into a whole little spiel about the importance of being on an ADBV auto ship. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but they just talked about the importance of getting on it so that you are using the products, so that you have before and after pictures you can share with people, so that you are commission qualified, so that you can earn the bonuses. And if you teach everybody on your team to do that as well, that's also going to increase your commissions. And if you want to know more about the ADBV auto ship and commissions, there's definitely people on our team that can explain that more to you. So I'll kind of leave it at that. But the boot camp was so exciting because there were so many people there, and we got to hear from Dr. Don, and he sings funny songs and told us all about keto. And it's always great to hear him too. So I'm going to go over a few save the dates kind of final pieces of information. But before I do that, I just wanted to hear from anybody. Are there questions? Are there comments? Anything specific for me that I can answer? Feel free to either unmute yourself or go ahead and type that in the chat.
Dana, I did host to post today, and I did keto coffee. So people were commenting, probably 2 on each post, and I think I did more than 7. I had more than 7 friends post.
That's awesome. Did you have a question about that, or were you just sharing that that was something that was working for you?
Leaders, and I feel like.
Hey, Angela, you're breaking up.
I'm driving.
Oh,
can you hear me?
I can now. Can you repeat?
Okay. Yeah, so I went and found the scripts on legacy leaders, and I won't give up on them, but I had like a distributor almost ready, and then a loyal customer almost ready, and then they said, they pulled out the financial thing, and then they pulled out the I'm busy thing. So just some advice on that. And this was keto coffee, so I know a lot of them's on cleanse, so I struggled to find something on keto, and I did my best. I took some scripts off there, and anyways, just some advice.
Yeah, so it sounds like what you're asking was just you were getting people interested but having a harder time sealing the deal with them. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. And
okay.
Sorry, I'm muted and then unmuted.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry. So yeah, what I would say to that would be just trying to ask some follow-up questions with them. And if that person maybe wasn't able to, or, let's say they said they couldn't because it was too much money. I think some ways around that would say, okay, I would love to get you on our online party and you could win some free samples, because that just might be another way to keep them engaged and have them learn about some other products. And you could do that too with somebody who is interested in the business. Or you could say, hey, would you be able to do a post for me? And if I get some customers, then you can be entered in a drawing for some free product or something along those lines. So I think it's always important to continue to follow up and not just say, okay, sounds good, talk to you later, and see if there's other ways you can plug them in, see if you could get them some samples, but also being respectful to for just what that conversation looks like. And I don't know if Kristen or Ashley, I know you guys have had a lot of conversations going too with people. If you have anything else to add to that.
I was just going to say, if anybody needs help sealing the deal in any type of situation, make sure you screenshot that and send it to your upline, because there's things that we can do where we are really good at overcoming objections. So even if it's not host to post, you guys, if you're feeling like, oh crap, I don't know how to make this happen, just screenshot it, send it to your upline. Sometimes you can even throw it in your downline chat, and that way multiple people can give you advice on it. That's something that I even do still today. So Angela, if you want to screenshot me some of those, I would love to help you try to overcome those. And at the end of the day, you guys, this is a numbers game, like you said, when you first started, Angela, you're going to keep trying. Definitely do that and don't give up on it. And I know Kristen has been doing this probably longer than all of us, because she kind of took off on it last week. And I'm sure that there's lots of people that didn't post for her, didn't respond to her, and didn't answer her, or she got probably really close to and they didn't, but she still signed probably a couple handfuls of people because she just kept doing it. So remember that it is a numbers game, and don't get discouraged.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and with those objections, I love that those 2 comments, Dana. Thank you, because those objections, and then I just freeze up, and I feel like I have to answer them right now. So those are great. I will write those down.
Too, that's where one, I always keep myself in check of, if I am working on sending out messages, I'm not going to pull myself away from that to right away answer somebody immediately. you can wait. You can answer them later that night. You can answer them the next day, and that's okay. And maybe it's because you need to take a screenshot of that and send it to an upline or a sideline or your team and just ask for some help on it, because it's really easy when you're not that person to maybe give some insight on the comment. Michelle also just posted in the chat with a good suggestion of sharing the app and the Fit Together page that's on Facebook with them. Maybe seeing results in a positive community can challenge them to find a way to make it work. So that's a great suggestion.
Can I add on to that really quick, Dana?
Uh-huh.
Well, now that they've like added to that, when someone shares your link and like you get fit coins from it, and like a customer that or a potential that hasn't joined can still spin to win and earn points to get something. And so I had a girl who really wants cleanse, and she's like, I just absolutely cannot afford it. I'm in college. I don't have the money. I was thinking it was going to be like $15. And so I was like, well, follow this link, spin to win, invite some people, and see where you end up with points by the end of the month. And she was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. Thanks. So it's keeping her a potential, and then hopefully she'll want to cash in on those, or she'll just realize like I can make this work with money. So
definitely. All right. Anybody else on with any other questions or comments at all?
I just want to make a comment with that spin to win now and host a post. If they're not interested at that time, shoot them over your link. Actually, I don't know if you can share it through Facebook, but that's genius. That'd be a great idea.
I think you guys can just share it with your phone number, but what a great way to say, hey, I'd love to share this link with you so you can start getting some free product right now. What's your phone number? And I'll text it over to you. Boom. Then you have their number in your phone. Make sure you change their name to dash PDT or PLC. So that way when you guys are going through your follow-ups, you can just type that in the search bar, and all of your, people will come up right there. A great way to just stay organized.
Love it. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to share just a couple save the dates, because like I said, it's really important to get to the events. And I know not everybody on here is in the Grand Rapids area. So like I said, go to your It Works Office app. At the bottom, there's a little calendar. You can click that and scroll through to see events near you, but just some to be aware of. We are having a fit party at the Walmers in Grand Rapids on March 13 and 27. So get your potential loyal customers or potential distributors there and come hang out with us, because we're super fun. And then we have an online party Wednesday. The link is up already. So if you haven't received an invite to it, talk to your Diamond upline, because they have, and they can send you an invite. You guys, the online parties, it is so easy. And if you're like, oh, but I can't do it because I'm working, great. We have a team specifically for online parties that will talk with your potentials on our slides. So ask your people to get on there, talk to people who have been commenting on your host to post, or ask people that you've talked to before about the products, and just say, hey, can I send you an invite to our Facebook party? And it's awesome. So make sure that you get on that as well. We also have a new distributor Zoom this week on March 15. And Ashley's going to be hosting that and going over some great information, especially if you're newer in the business or feel like you want a refresher. Or if you're not new in this business, check with the people on your team and let them know about it. And then we have April 22nd. There's a mini boot camp in Indianapolis, Indiana. And that's on a Sunday, and I just think that will be great, because there's going to be some leaders that are hosting it that are people that we might not normally get to hear from if you live in the Michigan area. So I think that I'm going to be road tripping down there. It's only like 3.5 hours away. So if anybody else wants to come. And then also April 27th, there is a green carpet event in Dallas, Texas. That's going to be amazing. They're launching a new product, and you get to sample the new products too, is what I saw in the email. So super excited. thank you so much, you guys, for being on. It was an honor to be on and share my story with everybody. If you have other questions for me, feel free to reach out on Facebook. I would love to chat more. And otherwise, I hope everybody has a rockin' week. Make it happen, shout it out, share it on our team page, and have a great night.